So you want to be a Gryffindor, or a sneaky Slytherin, or a kind Hufflepuff, or a witty Ravenclaw. Whatever you want to be, my name is Adam Nior, and I'm here to help you decide what house you should be in. If you haven't heard of Harry Potter Wizards Unite, it's an augmented reality game that is going to be brought to us by the creators of Pokemon Go. Now, in Pokemon Go, there are 3 different teams with Team Mystic, Instinct, and Valor. Well, I'm assuming it's going to be pretty similar to that for Harry Potter Wizards Unite, except if they do what we think is going to happen, it'll be sorted into 4 different houses, not teams, and the houses are Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. Each house has its own individual traits and personalities that help you get sorted into each one of those houses. For instance, for Gryffindor, like I am, they're known for their courage, their bravery, their ability to act before thinking and then deal with the consequences later. So, if you click on the link down below, I've linked it to the Pottermore website for sorting into your house. So you can just do the quick quiz and it'll tell you which house you will be in. However, we'll talk more in depth about what each house means here. My guess is that Harry Potter Wizards Unite will also have some sort of quiz that you can take to be sorted into each house, but I'm really hoping that they can just let you choose which house you want to be in as well as another alternative for the millions of people who have already taken this quiz on Pottermore.com, and they are very devout to what house they're already in. I'm going to go ahead and start with my house, Gryffindor. We have a mascot of a lion. Our colors are scarlet and gold, and some of the traits that we can be known for are bravery, nerve, chivalry, courage, and we're also kind of daring. However, one of the downfalls of being a Gryffindor is that you kind of sometimes will act before thinking about it. So if you think back to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Hermione just howls to save her friends from Professor Lupin when he's turned into a werewolf. But she doesn't think when she howls that the werewolf is going to come running at her and Harry, which happens. So then they had to deal with that. Some very notable Gryffindors that you may know are, of course, Harry Potter, Albus Dumbledore, Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, and you also even have people like Neville Longbottom. But one very bad Gryffindor, Peter Pettigrew, we'll just throw him out of here. We don't want him. The next house I wanted to talk about was the Slytherin house. Their colors are silver and green. Their mascot is a snake or a serpent. And some of their traits are that they're very resourceful, they're very cunning, they are very ambitious, determined, they're focused on self-preservation, and they're also pretty clever. One of the downsides of Slytherin is that they're all focused on being pure blood. Not all of them, but most of them. They all want to be pure blood. That means half-bloods and wizards who have come from Muggle families Muggleborns are just the worst. They are terrible, and they don't want anything to do with them. They don't think they should even be allowed to come to Hogwarts. They don't think they're real wizards. Saying that brings on my next point. Slytherin has created a lot of dark wizards over its time. Lord Voldemort, Slytherin. Bellatrix Lestrange, Slytherin. Severus Snape, Slytherin. Although he wasn't all bad. He started off in the First Wizarding War. He kind of helped. He was on Lord Voldemort's side, but by the end of it, he transferred over to the good side, and he used some of that cunning trait that he has to even sneak by Lord Voldemort himself and become a double agent with Dumbledore. So, bringing into that, we also have some good wizards that have come from Slytherin, such as Horace Slughorn. He was probably one of his favorite teachers going through Hogwarts, and he was a Slytherin. And then also the most important Slytherin of all time, Merlin. Merlin was a Slytherin. You have the First Order of Merlin, and that's a really, really high honor in the wizarding world. So even though most Slytherins can turn out to be a dark wizard, they aren't all. But it's a solid house to be in, and people can definitely thrive if they're cunning and resourceful in Slytherin. Which brings us to our next house, the Badgers of Yellow and Black, Hufflepuff. Now, Hufflepuffs are usually thought of as kind of the misfits. However, they have some very, very valuable traits that make them a Hufflepuff. First off, they're very dedicated, they're very hardworking. They also value fair play, they have patience, they're kind, they're very tolerant of others, they're unafraid of trouble, and they're also very loyal to the people close to them. Some of these people that you know of are going to have turned out to be pretty great wizards. First off, one that you may recognize from Fantastic Beasts, Newt Scamander. He was a Hufflepuff. He really shows that he's hardworking and traveling the world, trying to find all of the magical creatures to make his book the best book that he can really make it. Another notable Hufflepuff is going to be Cedric Diggory. Now, Cedric made it into the Triwizard Tournament, which kind of, and then when Harry made it as well, it kind of made a rift between the Hufflepuffs and the Gryffindors. However, Cedric really showed his kindness and his dedication to Hogwarts when he and Harry decided that they should grab the Triwizard Cup at the same time. Another Hufflepuff that you may not have known about is Nymphadora Tonks, or just Tonks for short, because she hates her first name. She really showed her dedication to the cause of fighting Lord Voldemort, and in that sense she even gave her life to put an end to his reign of terror. So, Hufflepuffs are definitely not just the schleps that you may think they are based on their reputation. If you feel like any of these examples or any of the traits sounds like you may be a Hufflepuff. Again, there's only one way to find out, and that's Pottermore.com. But hopefully, bringing it into Harry Potter Wizards Unite, we may have another chance to be either resorted or to put our word in about which house we are in. And then we have our final house, Ravenclaw. The Eagles of the Blue and the Bronze, who value intelligence and wit above pretty much anything else. They also have a wisdom about them, so they're known as like the smartest house in Hogwarts. They're also, what makes them part of that is their originality and creativity with different spells that they can come up with. So they have a different way of processing that information and getting it done, and it really turns out well for them. One thing that they really also pride themselves on is the individuality and acceptance of that individuality within the Ravenclaw house. This means you're going to have some kind of off wizards, or just intellectually advanced wizards that act a certain way because of that. The first one we have is Garrick Ollivander. He is the famous wand maker that sells wands to all of the Hogwarts students in Diagon Alley. Now, if you've seen in the movies or read in the books, he's kind of an odd bird when trying to find which wand goes correctly with each person. But he's very intelligent in that he has the ability to make all of these different sorts of wands that can fit with anybody and make the wand find the wand owner. The second is kind of an interesting witch in Professor Sybil Trelawney. Now, she's definitely a little bit cuckoo if you have seen the movies or read the book, because of her love of future telling and that sort of stuff, divination. But she is also very smart, and she has told a couple of different prophecies that have come true in the Harry Potter world and about Harry Potter, and really kind of foreshadowed what was going to happen in the books and the movies. And our third one is the lovable Luna Lovegood. She was one of Harry's good friends after the 5th year. They met riding the carriages that get pulled by the Thestrals when Harry first is able to see the Thestrals. And she's kind of a main character, a semi-main character after that. But she's a fun character. Everyone loves her. She's very smart, she loses things all the time, and she's just kind of a strange bird. Hence, the Eagles of Ravenclaw. Anyway, I hope this helped you decide which house you think you should be in. But if not, again, go to that pottermore.com website, make an account, go into the sorting page, answer a few questions, and get sorted into which house you should be in. This will really help you kind of get connected to your house prior to the launch of Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Again, my name is Adam the Orr. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for any Harry Potter Wizards Unite updates or information released, because we don't really know a whole lot about that. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a magical day.